Hello, everyone. Welcome to Highly Intelligent. That was Caleb sipping his water. I'm Jared,
And I'm the water sipper.
and today we're talking about aliens.
Are they real? What are they? What are aliens?
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going to be talking about the Roswell conspiracy. We're going to be talking about the possibility of, did aliens make humans? Are we like from Mars? Is that a whole thing that happened? What are all these abductions about? Why are people disappearing in the night? And also U.S. Navy sightings. So yeah, we can't possibly be alone in the universe. Like, there's just no way it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we're going to talk about the whole Area 51 thing that happened or tried to happen.
Yeah.
That one guy on the news who like Naruto ran past. Like,
Only
the
one
cameras.
guy was arrested.
Only one guy.
He was
which is really
arrested
sad.
for
And was
public
never-
urination,
Yeah, which is a weird thing to get arrested over. Like, okay.
especially in the middle of the desert. And only 100 people showed up.
Right, like who are you bothering?
All right. So let's start by talking about the Roswell conspiracy. Actually, no, let's not talk about that just yet.
So let's talk about
Did they make us?
Did they make us? So the theory about this one is, so there's this theory. The name of it is transpermia. Like, it's the theory that like life on Earth came to Earth on meteorites, and then bacteria and like cells lived in the water on those meteorites. So like when the water melted, then life started there. So it didn't actually come from Earth. So some people think like maybe humans came from Mars, like we came from like an asteroid belt near Mars and then that came down, or that Mars was like the first habitable planet, and then like the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs was actually like a human space shuttle that like crashed, and those were like the first humans, and they just forgot all their technology and went back to the Stone Age.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that like aliens, they created us, and we're just one big experiment, and they've been watching us for all this
They're
time.
just watching like everything that's going on.
Yes, to
Damn.
see how well a society or species
I think
can
they're
survive.
going to mate. Wow. What if aliens have like their own documentary like show on humans, and they literally just like teach their kids about this, and they're like recording us right now,
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah,
The
they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Or
They
just-
have no idea.
or just a reality TV show.
Like the best reality TV show there is on the air.
Yes, or we could just be like a mediocre one that no one cares about.
Like we're that channel that all the alien like TV goers just skip over, and they're like, fucking Earth, Jesus, I can't watch. I watched it. I tried to watch it like last Tuesday, and it just fucking
Yeah,
it
I
sucked.
don't want to watch this.
They keep like threatening each other, and like somebody threw a grenade at the other country. It's just stupid. Don't watch it.
A couple seasons back, they dropped bombs on each other. They're just fighting. That's all it is.
We are not giving these people 3 stars out of 7. Just
Yes.
not happening.
Okay, so we can talk about the Roswell conspiracy now. We'll go back to the aliens making us. I say we can talk about it now because I just pulled up Wikipedia, and we really didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So-
we wrote down the Roswell conspiracy because like we'd heard about it, but we didn't actually know the facts about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you want to read this lovely?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're
Let
being-
me
Yeah. So
let me quote Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, which may not be with us for much longer because there's a lot of stuff going on.
Seriously?
Did you not look at the little advertisement right next to the? Wait, close that window, or like don't close it, like make it small.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems you use Wikipedia a lot. That's great. It's a little awkward to ask, but this Wednesday we need your help. Like,
This Wednesday.
yeah, they depend on donations.
What?
Yeah, so Wikipedia might like close down if it doesn't get enough donations.
Dang.
That's how it stays like a free encyclopedia.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so anybody like listening who likes using Wikipedia, even though like technically you can't use it for a school source, like if you just like knowing general things, Wikipedia would be a great thing to.
There's
go
so
down
much
to.
information that would be lost.
Yeah, dude, it's a whole book of like everything because everybody's like contributed to it. Experts have and other
Dang.
people have.
All
So
right,
if
well,
you donate just $2.75, the price of your Wednesday coffee,
We're-
Wikipedia could keep thriving.
we're not sponsored by Wikipedia.
But someday we might be if
Yeah.
we help keep it alive. So
Yeah.
Help us make that a reality.
keep Wikipedia alive.
Yeah.
All right, let me quote Wikipedia now. In mid 1947, a United States Army Air Forces balloon crashed at a ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Following wide initial interest in the crashed flying disc, the U.S. military stated that it was merely a conventional weather balloon.
Quotation.
Interest subsequently waned until the 1970s when ufologists began promoting a variety of increasingly elaborate conspiracy theories, claiming that one or more alien spacecrafts had crash landed and the extraterrestrial occupants had been recovered by the military, which engaged in a cover-up. In the 1990s, the U.S. military published 2 reports disclosing the true nature of the crashed object, a nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Mogul. Nevertheless, the Roswell incident continues to be an interest in popular media, and conspiracy theories surrounding the event persist. Roswell has been described as the world's most famous, most exhaustively investigated, and most thoroughly debunked UFO claim.
Most thoroughly debunked. Well, that's fun.
Well,
That's a great way to start it off. Like, yeah. So this is a thing, but it was also proven untrue.
dang.
I don't know. I feel like it's easy for people to say like that it was thoroughly debunked because like what exactly about it was debunked? Like all the evidence got removed.
They could
taken away.
easily just like fake some documents.
Right, like just to say that oh yeah, people were just freaking out, like it was just a weather balloon, like there weren't actually people inside, that was all just a myth. Like sure, you can say that, but that's just because that was all like taken away and locked up in maybe Area 51, maybe somewhere else, maybe in another lab. Like
Which
really, there's no way
led
of actually knowing.
to the storming of Area 51.
Except it failed. and
Yeah.
Nobody got shot,
No one-
which is
no
really
one showed up.
disappointing. Yeah, really disappointing.
It's disappointing.
Mhm.
I wanted to see some aliens.
To be honest, half of me was expecting like a large amount of people to like show up.
Yeah.
And, like for something to actually go down and for like a few people to get killed.
That's what I
Like
thought
that's
was
just
gonna
what
happen.
I saw coming. Like I thought like some idiot was like gonna try and like run over the fence and get gunned down, which would have been interesting. Like it would have served as like a big thing about like the internet being like unsafe for people. You know, like, people would
Definitely.
be like,
Yeah.
like people talking about video games causing violence. Like, well, memes cause basically suicide.
Yeah.
So
That's why the EU banned them.
yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that whole thing.
Oh, that was rough.
Yeah, but we didn't see any aliens, unfortunately. So
Yeah.
that sucked. But
I still believe they're out there. Do you personally believe they exist?
of course, like I don't think there's any logical way. Like unless you believe that Earth is like the only planet that could like ever support life, which I think is kind of insane.
But we can't possibly be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Given like our evolution and like all the species that are on our planet,
Mm-hmm.
there has to be something else.
Yeah, well, there's a theory out there called, well, it's not really a theory, but it's called the Fermi paradox, which is like the idea that there are trillions and trillions of like planets out there, and among those trillions, there are about 100,000 million that could potentially support life. Like those are the number that would be in the habitable zone of their stars,
Mm-hmm.
which means like that's the right place for water, and that means that's like the right place for life. So the thought is if there are so many aliens out there, why aren't we seeing anyone? Like we should be seeing spaceships all throughout the universe.
There
and-
could be carbon-based life,
Right.
where instead of basing themselves on oxygen and water, it's carbon.
We're carbon based.
We are?
Mm-hmm. We breathe oxygen, but like we're made of carbon.
Oh,
Yeah, carbon is like it's not like carbon dioxide,
yeah.
but like there's carbon in bananas, like carbon molecules.
Yeah.
It's not like a carbon, like a chemical that makes it toxic.
If we were able to evolve on like the process of water and oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
then I think other life can evolve from other things which we wouldn't be able to survive in those conditions.
There's a theory about sulfur-based life forms, like where, because like the whole thing with carbon is that carbon is like the molecule that can make the right ingredient, like for DNA, which is like essential
Mhm.
for life.
Yeah.
And people think that like sulfur could do that same thing, because like it's just sticky enough as a molecule to like stick together and make patterns like that.
Dang.
So it would be like literal demons, because like sulfur. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
Hmm.
We should try and make sulfur-based life forms.
That would be interesting. That'd take a lot of
Yes.
trial and error, like millions of years of just like flinging sulfur particles into each other. It could happen though.
All right, now we're gonna talk about a dog.
The dog. What?
Abductions.
Oh, abduction. A dog.
So, aliens abduct people.
The number of stories like that I hear of people who are like, yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and then these aliens like took me into their spaceship, and I just heard them like saying a bunch of stuff. Yeah, like how many of those are just people trying to like get in on the action and the controversy?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot.
I think that 90% of the accounts of abductions and UFO sightings are fake.
But
And
then 10% of them are like legit.
yeah, but you'll never know which ones are real and fake.
The boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. There's just so many that you can't figure it out. But when when aliens abduct people, they always come back with like markings of like where things entered them, and then sometimes they come back pregnant. Like
Jesus?
that's I don't know. Maybe Mary was abducted by aliens, and then like that's why she was a Virgin Mary, and then she like didn't know she was abducted, and then we were just worshiping an alien baby.
And we're like, how did that happen? Whoa. What?
Oh,
Bro, whoa.
oh my God.
And that's what if the aliens like did that to start Christianity?
Oh
'Cause
my
they
God.
wanted to see what would happen with like a religion based around some guy who could walk on water, because he was biologically designed to be able to walk on water and transform like liquids.
That's crazy.
Oh my God, dude. I think we just Christianity was made by aliens.
We just solved a whole mystery. We have no evidence to back it up though.
Yeah. You want to know what caused the Crusades? Aliens.
Aliens, yeah. They put it there, and they wanted us to do the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens want us to wipe each other out. They want to see how long we can go.
I think they're just playing with us, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a sandbox full of people, like, what kind of stuff would you want to do to mess with them and change the world? I feel like if I had, like a world-sized sandbox where you could make life and you could watch it, that would be so fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
Do you know how many, like, random things I'd just be putting everywhere just to make things crazy? Like, they probably did make the pyramids just to make us wonder, how did they do it?
Yeah.
Like, why did people do this? And, like, that's why they put them there. There was no other reason. It was just to make us wonder.
And they like talk to certain people, and then make these certain people do crazy things to change and put society in the direction they want it.
Yeah.
And that goes back to them making us.
Mm-hmm.
They created us, and we're just one big experiment, and they're watching us.
Mm-hmm.
We're just some little alien kid's toy.
Yeah. Did you know there's also a theory out there, like going back to the Fermi paradox, like where are all the aliens if like the universe is made to have alien life? There's a theory that like there's one big alien civilization that's like taken over the galaxy, and basically whenever an alien civilization gets too advanced, it destroys it, so it doesn't have any competition.
Dang.
But any other civilization, like, it's fine. Like, it'll mess with it, but it won't destroy it. So maybe that's what aliens are. Like, the ones that crash, they're actually just, like, they're letting us exist right now because we're
But
not
once
any
we
threat.
get like super advanced,
Right.
they're gonna kill us.
Yeah.
That's
the first time, like, a human ship makes it to another planet, like, that's it.
yeah.
No more. You can't keep going.
They're just gonna like send a giant death laser, blow up our planet.
Yep. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen in our lifetimes, because I'm pretty sure humans are just going to bomb each other back to whenever, so we don't have to worry about that for another while.
Fallout's gonna become a real life thing.
What if that's why they started Christianity? Because if people started killing each other, then they never get to that point of making it out into being like an intergalactic civilization. It's the perfect preventative of
Dang.
humanity going forward and progressing.
Dang. That's crazy.
And that's why it feels like human civilization is always at a standstill and like never going anywhere. Because all those problems are like put into our heads by aliens, or it's just meant to be like that to keep us under control. I don't know. That's just a theory. It's a highly intelligent theory, but it's a theory.
Definitely. I mean, we are highly intelligent, so definitely. Yeah. And
so,
not to like change the subject drastically, but Apollo 11, when they went to the moon, what I want to know is what scared them so bad that they didn't go back.
There are so many creepypastas and stories out there, like on the internet.
Yeah.
About like, I know why we didn't go back to the moon, and I'm pretty sure they're all bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting question as to like, was it just because funding stopped, or was it because there was something on the moon that we just can't know about?
I think we have the funding to go back to the moon, but like everyone that went to the moon, all those astronauts, they all died within 5 years of coming back.
Did they really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. Every single one?
Yes.
That seems a bit
I'll look
hard
it
to
up.
believe. So maybe that's just something to do with like being an astronaut and going that far away from Earth. Maybe people just can't go a certain distance from the Earth without dying. Like even if they're
maybe not
nutritionally okay. Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong then.
A lot of them have, but that's just because it was so long ago.
Yeah, but like they still went to the moon and never went back.
Yeah, like no astronaut has been to the moon twice.
I
don't think so.
I'm gonna figure out how many times we've been to the moon, because I've wanted to look this up.
I'm pretty sure. Well, there was Apollo. How many times have we been to the moon?
Well,
I feel like going to the moon would be really like a good start for humans to actually do that sort of thing.
I
Like, if
feel
made a
like
moon
we could
base-
make advanced like we should, if we were all to unify as one, like Earth, and like we became part of an intergalactic community,
right, theoretically.
and we were just like one planet and a bunch of others. If we were to unify, the moon would probably be our main military like base.
Yeah.
That's where we'd store everything.
Well, it's also the moon is outside of Earth's gravity. Well, it's not outside of it, but like it's a lot less gravity. So when a rocket has to get off of Earth, like you'd have to use way less fuel to actually get out of the gravity. So the moon could become like a huge hub where we could
Like-
send things to actually get sent off to space. Like if we wanted to send missions to Mars, the moon would be a good place to start.
An intergalactic gas station.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, intersolar gas station, I guess.
So, the last time we went to the moon was 1972. That was a manned landing. I'm looking up why we haven't been back. It's 2019. Why haven't humans gone back to the moon? This is from space.com. It's got to be legit. All right. In retrospect, Apollo 11 was more exceptional than we thought. NASA put 2 astronauts on the moon on July 20th, 1969, just 8 years after President John F. Kennedy announced the audacious goal, and a mere 12 years after the dawn of the space age. 5 more crewed missions hit the gray dirt after Apollo 11, the last one of them, Apollo 17, touching down December 1972. Humanity hasn't been back to Earth's nearest neighbor since, though many of our robotic probes have. NASA has mounted multiple crewed moon projects since Apollo 11, including ambitious Constellation program in the mid-2000s, but none of them have gone the distance. I'm going to skip ahead a bit.
So if there was something on the moon that was so horrible, they probably wouldn't send probes and cameras back.
Yeah. Maybe?
I mean, do we have footage of that? I'm assuming that we do.
They might want to, look at what scared them.
Yeah. But if they haven't been able to find it, then probably nothing.
Yeah.
Unless You never know.
Yeah. This is pretty crazy.
Paul's legacy.
Damn. All right, so on to the U.S. Navy sightings, because this is an important, now subject.
Right. I haven't heard about many of these happening, but there have been a few.
The Navy is no longer they're no longer covering up what they see. They've seen so much of it that Navy admits UFOs are real. WashingtonPost.com.
Now the problem with this is that while the Navy is saying that the UFO videos are real, that doesn't mean necessarily aliens. That just means yes, these aren't identified objects.
Yeah.
So it could mean aliens. It could not mean aliens. It just could mean mistakes.
Yeah.
But they're saying these aren't staged. These aren't fake things that we're just saying. Oh yeah, they're UFOs to freak people out. Which is definitely interesting because the Navy, I feel, would have this kind of stuff figured out the most efficiently. So if they don't know what these things are, then it brings a lot of questions about what they actually could be.
Yeah. It's you never know what they've seen, but now they've seen so much of it that they just can't cover it up anymore.
Right.
And every other country in the world has acknowledged that intelligent life exists, except the U.S.
Oh, you mean interest?
Yeah, they have said every other country has said intelligent life exists. It is out there
outside of Earth,
except the U.S.
But that doesn't mean the whole country as a whole believes that.
Yeah.
All of India doesn't believe that aliens exist, even if the government has put out a statement that says, yeah, aliens are real. So it's cool that they've all done that. Definitely. It's weird that America is the only one that hasn't done that, though. It seems strange considering that we're one of the most competitive, or at least that we were the most competitive in the space race because of the whole Red Terror and everything.
Yeah. It's super weird how we have all these sightings across the country, but no one's looking into it or acknowledging that it's happening.
I feel like it's just because it's so hard to differentiate which ones are fake and which ones are real. When someone gets a call oh, I saw a UFO or oh, I saw an alien, they get so many calls like that on a regular basis that it's just an everyday thing now.
Yeah.
Which is sad because it's hard to make a difference between fact and what someone is lying about.
Definitely.
So the lesson is stop making videos like that to get attention so that people who have actually seen them can have some credit, is what we're saying.
The sooner that you stop faking all of this, the sooner we can actually recognize aliens exist and get some cold hard proof.
Exactly.
So that's all the time we have for, but we would like to leave with some messages. Please donate to Wikipedia.
Yeah, please keep that wonderful, beautiful website alive. Sometimes it's not right, sometimes there's incorrect information, but you can always look to other experts. It's just a good place to go look for first counted information and then verify it.
Yeah.
It's just a good place when you're looking for general information. So it's really cool that it's free. So yeah, we should do everything that we can to keep that alive. I'm probably going to donate if I can when I get home. And I'm going to send a donation of $2.75. So if anybody's listening, you should also do the same because it's a good cause for keeping everyone well informed.
Also, get Anchor. Anchor is great. Easiest way to start your podcast.
Yeah. We need to make another introduction to that.
Yeah.
Because the first one we had was the first one that we have is crap.
Yeah, if you've heard it, I mean, by the time the episode's out, you probably have heard it. But the sponsored segment is terrible. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna record a new one with this nice high quality microphone. Episode 2 with it. It's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, I want to talk about that one actually because we didn't plan it very well. And
yeah.
It was at my house, which means that there's a jingling in the sponsored segment, and that's the sound of my dog Iris coming into the room because like she can hear she can hear us saying stuff, and she comes in and there's like this jingle jingle jingle, and I'm just curious what people thought that sound was. like, like you're yelling about this like Anchor and us being sponsored by it, and then there's just like
Yeah.
just horrifying.
Well, that's all the time we have for. Join us next week when we talk about quantum physics.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be
We're
joined.
diving deep.
Yes, we're gonna be joined by Ryan Hodges, hopefully, and we're gonna get her done.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 8th episode or 7th episode.
Seventh episode.
That's 7 weeks we've been doing this podcast.
Wow. That's a long time.
We started this 7 weeks ago. That's crazy,
What
man.
was going on 7 weeks ago?
I don't know.
What day was it 7 weeks? Well, 7 weeks ago it was Wednesday, obviously. But
Mhm.
what was going on It was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, also, you can email us if you have any comments or concerns.
Suggestions.
Yes.
Things that you want us to talk about.
Shablambo444@gmail.com.
Avery-cal@hotmail.com is my email.
Yes. Email us. Ask us questions. We'll answer them in the next episode. And this has been Highly Intelligent. I'm Jared.
I'm Caleb.
And we'll see you you'll listen to us next episode.
Bye-bye for now.